Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Outcast. And you're Color Slade, Commander Color Slade. I'm surprised that this was an inspiration for Commander Shepard. Probably not, but Commander Slade is in charge of a mission, a very critical mission, that is to save the Earth. Simply because some eggheads were not really prepared to face the consequences of tearing the space-time fabric of space-time, and basically not really preparing that energy from the other side of the wormhole or port that they have opened. Is going to cause such a huge, such a huge amplification that the resultant vortex is threatening to swallow the entire world whole. And this music is just grand, just Moscow Symphony Orchestra. It's simply great. And yeah, anyways, so Commander Slade is trying to lead a group of scientists here to try to, patch things up and get the probe that has been the cause of everything. Unfortunately, as it is very usual for this kind of travel across the space-time continuum, or through some kind of a another parallel dimension, they were lost. They were kind of scattered away, and Commander Slade has to find them in time. I think it was 29 hours. In order to make everything right. And here in the Delpha, the alien world of Delpha, there are some troubles brewing as well. And they had to strike a deal with one of the natives, Guardian, in order to gather the Mons with the help of the population here, and try to defeat the evil Kraoka. I don't know. I should really read up on the manual. And, well, I did read the manual, but sometimes it just escapes me. And then, try to save the world of Edfa as well saving his home world. So a lot of different things are happening. And last time we were able to complete the tutorial objectives, like how to navigate the world and how to go about. And oh, what is this? Shell. Okay. And was able to travel to this really temperate world of Shamaz, I think. Let me just check the map. I just set the map as F12. Nope. Nope. Something's wrong. Anyways, sorry. And yeah, I was able to travel from Ranzar, which I started the game in, snow-covered mountain peaks, isolated settlement, to Shamazaar, where the temple Fae is located, and where I have to travel and keep to south and meet the first Shamaz. Is it Shamaz? Yeah, let's see. Talk to this alien guy.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Ah, you are better, I see, Uluvi.
Sure am.
Okay, so
Then you will want to find
Shamaz
Shamaz
Zeb. Okay.
and begin searching the regions for the Mons. Please know that all the soldiers of every region are on the hunt,
For me.
I would suggest that you stay here in Shamazaar until you feel you are ready to travel into the other regions. But know that you can enter any of them whenever you feel the need.
Thanks for the tip.
It is my honor to help you, Uluvi. But another word of warning. Some Daokas lead directly into soldier camps. You would be wise to enter only those Daoka that you know lead to someplace less dangerous.
I'll keep that in mind.
Then I will not keep you any longer, Ulukai. Shamaz Zeb waits you in the village to the west. If you would like, I would like to take you to the village.
Sure, I follow.
You can take me there, huh?
Yes, if you would like.
Sure, I'd love the company.
Alright, making friends, making acquaintances.
I will show you what I can along the way. Please.
So we are in still in the introduction mode. I don't really have any complaint. Alright, lead the way, sir. Lead the way west. So I have a compass on top of the GUI. Yeah. I mean, with the conversation, I sort of get the idea that you can just travel anywhere, and he's able to just face the consequences of such using such freedom. Yeah. And for the adventure game, this is very non-linear. Which you can see as far as your eye could see, unless it's being covered by some kind of a fog in the distance. So you can jump around, so... Alright. Alright, lead the way, sir. You can see the lush green of this particular world. And then your advisor is actually chiming in every once in a while and try to lead your attention to some item of note. And I should just also map my surroundings here. I think this is like the rice paddies.
To the north of this spot is where the Temple Fae is.
Yeah.
Many soldiers of Kroax are around there. You should not enter there, Ulukai.
Sounds like good advice.
Okay, so don't go north. Just keep to south.
The Temple Fae is one of 4 temples in this region. The other 3 are to the northeast of the Temple Fae, but they are all
Northeast.
smaller. We must go now.
Alright. Oh, so they just there. Just went up there to indicate the way for Temple of Fae. And these guys are all working for Kroax and his cronies. And yeah, they just travel through rice paddies, it seems. Seems that they have also, the aliens have also used for this rice paddy hatch. I don't know what they're really called, but...
We are here, Ulukai. The village is just to the west of here. I hope Shamaz Zeb will be of some help.
Ditto, pal. Thanks for the tour.
Alright, cool.
My honor, Ulukai. Wait, I did want to give you a small piece of advice before I go.
Shoot.
There are convoys of supplies leaving almost all regions of Adelpha. They go to supply Fae Rhan soldiers.
Convoys.
If you can, you may want to stop them when you see them. I know it could make the soldiers weaker over time.
Alright.
I'll try.
Wouldn't they be more inclined to actually find who's stopping the convoys and then lead the troops outside and be aggressive with the
May the yards be
local population, suspecting that there is some restive element trying to stop the convoys. Yeah, guerrilla warfare. Alright, so alright, let's map the region. Alright. Once is enough. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of guys working in the field right now. I don't know whether this game has a day-night cycle, but this is like a
low-level energy source detected.
Alright. Music changed. This is metal. Anyways, let's go and see Shamaz Zeb. Zeb. Yeah, last episode was just keep saying Yan, Jan. Yeah, I should probably be mindful of the fact that this game was made in Belgium. I searched on the Wikipedia by a developer called Appeal, and in Belgium they use French, right? So yeah, okay. Need a map to see who I can talk to. I don't wanna intrude upon you. Excuse me, man. You're practicing some kind of exercise, but oh, he is Shamaz Zeb. All right, cool.
Pardon me,
Pardon
buddy.
me, buddy.
Hi there.
Oh, the Yards have returned you from your sleep. I am pleased.
Thanks. Now, about that Mon.
I have waited for this moon since I was a small Talan to finally meet the Uluvi.
Moon?
Great. The Mon?
Oh yes, yes, the man. I am afraid I have a confession to make.
This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Yes, Uluvi. I do not know where the man is. Please forgive me. But the Shamaz before me would reverted before telling the secret of the man.
Okay.
That's okay. It's what I expected with the kind of day I'm having.
Wait, a Talan named Narn has searched for the man for the past
Oh,
few
so
years.
Moon is
His friend was killed by Croax. Since he believes the stories about the man being a powerful weapon of the Yards, he is trying to claim it for himself.
So Norn might have a possession of Amon, but trying to claim it for himself.
Has he made any progress?
Again, I fail you in not knowing Uluvi. I have not seen him since last
Moon may be a time
but
period.
I need to find
Cool.
him and calm the fire that burns in his essence before he reverts Croax.
So he wants to take revenge on Korax by using this supposed mod. I need to convince him.
Sounds like Croax is in need of a little reverting.
No, Uluvi. The essence suffers when Talan reverts Talan.
Alright, so this is another info dump, but very useful. About learning about essence and more about Yod and Korax.
Tell me more about this essence.
Well, I know very little, but the basics are simple. There are 4 essences. Ka, Fae, Uluvi, Kanda. Each is linked with other aspects of life. You should ask Shamaz Zeb at the Temple Uluvi for more details about these. I am only beginning my studies, and I fear I have a lot to learn.
Okay, about Yod.
Tell me about these Yods.
The Yards are the creators of all essence Uluvi. They control all of our lives and our destinies. We have built 4 temples to the north to honor each of these Yards.
Can you tell me about Fae Rhan?
There is little else I can tell you, Uluvi. I wish there was more I could do. Shamaz Zeb might be of more help. He is older than I. He is usually found at the Temple Uluvi, to the far north of the Temple Fae.
What can you tell me about the Temple Fae?
The Temple Fae used to be the same as the other 3 Essence Temples to the north of it. But when Fae Rhan began to rule, he said that it needed to reflect his power.
So he rebuilt it?
Yes, it is now larger than the other temples. Croax has 2 Dolotai inside the temple. They lead to soldier camps in the regions of Okasankar and Motazar. I would not enter those until you know it is safe, Uluvi. Soldiers are always on the other side.
So probably the temple being rebuilt to a very large size, I'll be able to see it in distance and maybe avoid it.
Thanks for the advice.
Croax is usually seen at the Temple Fae, giving instructions to his soldiers. If the man is hidden there, it will not be easy to get. Talk to Zalinas. He is usually here in the village.
Okay, so I need to talk to Zalinas.
I want to know more about this reverting.
Reverting is what we call it when a Talan dies. His essence is reverted back to the Yard which first gave it to him.
How?
For example, a Fae Talan is reverted by fire. Then his essence is returned to the Yard Fae.
You burn them alive?
No. If a Talan dies peacefully, the essence remains inside until the body is reverted. The reverting ceremony also allows the Talan's destiny to appear. We call that the Hazades.
Whoa, X-Files, eat your heart out.
Oh, so it's showing the age of this game. I think it was made in 1999. And I'm quite surprised at how much chock full of, you know, like alien terms that this game was able to actually include. Definitely, it's very rich representation of the different cultures here. You know, it's yeah, it's gonna take some time to get used to it, but it's very interesting.
What is a Hazades?
Think of the Hazades like the essence of a Talan, which rises once they are reverted, then travels to the person or place it needed to see to finish its destiny.
Can you give me some info on Croax?
He has been the leader of Fae Rhan forces ever since Fae Rhan began to rule Adelpha. I hear he spends many moons out at the Temple Fae praying to the Yard Fae, but most see him other places reverting Talan for Fae Rhan.
A religious zealot.
How did he and Fae Rhan meet?
When Fae Rhan was seen arguing with the prophet Khazar, Croax approached him and the two decided they would rule Adelpha.
Okay.
So you don't know where Narn is?
Have you spoke with Ilot yet? He could be the best Talan to ask. I wish I knew, but I have not seen Narn since his last visit. His brother Ilot is in the rice fields to the far north of the village.
So that was a rice field. Kind of well, I guess it takes after rice fields, so north of the village, right?
Can you tell me anything about where the Mon is?
The Shamaz before me did, but I was not told of the secret of the man before Croax reverted him for helping the Guardians. Narn believes he knows, and Zalinas tells a good story about where he thinks it is.
Alright.
How do all Talon feel about me?
The moment of truth.
No Talan either hates or likes you now, Ulukai.
More
How do
conversation
all
piece.
Talon feel about me?
No
Alright.
Talan.
So you can just keep asking about his reputation, and it might change according to my actions. Very nice. Let me ask about Zalinas. Yeah, more. But Narn, yes.
So you don't...
Have you spoke with Ilot yet?
Ilot.
He could
Yeah,
be the
far
best
north of
Talan
the
to
village.
ask.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Zam. And try to find Ilot or some other guy that he mentioned as being knowledgeable. Who's this dude? Hello there, buddy.
Excuse me, pal.
No. No, I see
How's
you.
it going?
Not anybody behind you.
At long last, the Ulukai has arrived. My father would be proud to know that I am meeting you.
He would.
Yes, Ulukai, he was a recreator like I am. My name is Clath.
Clath.
I am eager to be helping you.
Alright.
Can you explain what a recreator is exactly?
We are but a few Uluvi Talan who can recreate simple objects after we have examined them with our essence. We have been working for Fae Rhan for thousands of moons, though, creating weapons for
Oh,
his
so
soldiers.
he's a blacksmith.
Against your wishes, I hope.
That is true, Ulukai. And to show this, I would like to offer to help you on behalf of all recreators. You need only show us any of your sacred objects which fuel your weapons, and we will attempt to make them for
Then
you.
I guess he's I think he's referring to ammo.
How do you know about those?
All Talans have them, Ulukai. We have studied them and found that we would be able to recreate some of these objects with material from Adelpha. If you want any more history about us recreators, see Hoon in
I
Okriana.
mean, all Talon have them. I thought that the Earth was able to contact this world not long ago, only a few weeks ago, or even a few days ago, but now entire Adelpha is covered with Earth relics. Hard to believe. Yeah, Okriana. Alright.
Can you make me any weapons?
Sorry, Ulukai. The weapons we know how to make are made to be fueled by a Fae Talans essence, like the soldiers. From what I hear, you do not have this essence, and these weapons cannot be used by you. I wish I could do this for you, you must know.
Okay.
What do you need to make weapon fuel for me?
You need only bring a sample of the weapon fuel you need made, and I and the other recreators will know what you need made. At that time, we can tell you what material from Adelpha we will need to create your
So
fuel.
this game also has some kind of crafting. Alright, let's give him the ammo and see.
Can you make these?
Yes, Ulukai, you will need to bring me these objects.
One green helium and one metal. So actually I can order him to make it right now. Take number of ammo boxes to be created for. Let's go for 2 first.
Will this be enough?
I can make what you ask with these, yes. Please give me some time.
Awesome. Anyways, how can you help me otherwise?
What other help can you give me?
You know that many regions here supply different items for Fae Rhan.
I'm finding that out, yes.
Well, besides helping you with making weapon fuel, we recreators have an idea.
What's that?
You can affect the soldiers that block your paths to the Mons by finding a way to get each leader of the regions to agree to stop producing their supplies to the soldiers.
Yeah? Thanks.
Okay.
Maar in the village here, for example. All Talan are afraid of him because one bad word from him and any Talan will disappear forever. But Maar is stupid and does not understand the harm he causes.
So I believe that you can also directly raid the supply, what is it called, convoys, to stop the supplies to the Fae Rhan. Or you can talk, in a diplomatical sense to the leaders of this region to let them stop the convoys before, without having us to actually try to physically harm the convoys in the first place. So there's different ways to weaken the Fae Rhan. Kind of a nice options there.
What can I do?
If he were to agree with stopping risk production, all Talan would do so gladly. But you will have to convince all here, and Maar, that you are indeed the Ulukai that we all hoped would come.
Alright.
So, where can I find some green helidium?
All around the regions of Adelpha, Ulukai, these crystals grow up from the ground like plants.
Okay. Understandable that these are just ammos for your basic weapon. Alright. Okay.
Stable organic energy
Detected. Alright. Going south.
key detected.
Oh. What is this? Door key. Can I open the door? Oh yeah, this is actually Alright, what is this? Ubigoa. Door key. Let's try to open the door here. Oh, this is like a storage house.
Metal detected.
Alright. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm kind of scared about the reactiveness of this world where, you know, you cannot give anything for granted. You cannot do anything for granted that you know, just taking an item simply from a storehouse would cause this population to take note of that, and it's gonna affect your standing with the crowd, which is something that I don't really see every day from games such as this. Alright, let's go north first and then see if I can meet different characters or different people like Maar or a lot. Okay. Oh, alright. Take up horses in this world. Oops.
Stable organic energy detected.
Alright, maybe this guy is what I'm looking for.
Can I see you for a
Are you
second?
Maar?
Hello there.
Greetings, Ululu. How are you?
So
this
Ulukai
morning?
can also be could also be called Ululo. Interesting.
That's Ulukai, isn't it?
That is what I said, no?
Okay.
Maar
Ah,
knows what
Maar,
he said.
yes.
Maar is leader of all Shamazaar.
What can you tell me about Shamazaar?
Shamazaar is the best of all regions of Adelpha, cause Maar is in charge.
And just who put you in charge?
Croax did.
Ah, of
I
course.
always think that friend Croax was mean, Talan. But he visited me one moon and asked me to lead all of Shamazaar. So I do. He's good, no?
I don't
Well,
know.
maybe
I wonder why he
maybe a
picked
good
you.
puppet, I guess.
Because Maar is the smartest Talan of all, Uluvi.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
He also said that I was, how did he say, not able to cause an uprising, whatever that is.
Okay.
Sounds like the same logic a certain nasty goose stepper used.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
I count Riss and tell friend Croax how many workers not finish their work with a Riss each moon.
What happens to those workers?
I think he takes them to go talk to them or something.
Oh
They
no.
never come back. So they must be getting a different job somewhere.
Yeah, probably pushing up daisies.
You think that is a good job? Maybe I should try it.
What can you tell me about the Riss around here?
All the Riss goes to the soldiers. We keep a little for ourselves. But friend Croax says too much Riss makes workers slow.
Guess that doesn't apply to soldiers, huh?
What?
Forget it.
If soldiers not get Riss every moon from us, friend Croax would be very mad, and soldiers would become weaker. I cannot let that happen. We need soldiers to protect us.
So he needs he kind of worries about protection here.
From what?
From something I do not know.
Alright. Let's keep
Is there
asking his
anything
questions.
useful you can tell me about the soldier?
They guard us from something.
What?
I do not know. But whatever it is, they need a lot of Riss to do it. Times that they do not get Riss, they become very weak.
Well, they seem to be protecting you guys from yourselves. Alright. Let's see how the...
Have you any idea what kind of food resources Fae Rhan has overall?
Soldiers are strong. I do not like them strong.
What about the soldiers' weapons?
Weapons of soldiers, really strong.
Okay, they're strong.
What about the soldiers' morale?
What is morale?
Maar, is there any way I could convince you to stop your Riss production?
No, I do not think other Talan will follow their great leader Maar on this.
Why?
They all speak quietly of wanting to see the Essence Stone returned.
Essence
I have
Stone.
never seen stone either. Maar wants to see pretty stone.
Okay. What is Essence
Who do
Stone?
I ask about this Essence Stone?
Speak with Zeo about that.
Alright, where is Zio? Oh well.
Maar?
No,
Why?
Okay, this is like a retread of the conversation I had. Alright, are you Zio? Okay. Let's ask about Essence Stone.
Do you know about the Essence Stone?
yes, Ulukai. The first Talans standing place. I wish it was back, so I could have used it when I was converted.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Maar?
I am too close to that Talon to speak about him. He will hear me.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about Fae Rhan.
Mars like looking at us right now, talking.
His name brings only suffering. He seems to like the pain of others. I hope you can defeat him.
Well, at least I have their support. Implicit support.
Tell me a bit about Riss.
We plant it for the soldiers of Croax. They eat so much of it that there is little left for the other Talon.
Alright, let's go back.
Is
Croax.
there anything you can tell me about Croax?
His time here on Adelpha has made us all suffer. Sometimes he is seen in the Temple Fae, leading his men, but I have not seen him since you arrived, Ulukai.
What's he up to?
Do you know anything about Khazar?
He was a great being. His knowledge and kindness brought thousands of happy moons to all Talon.
What do you know about the Temple Fae?
It is a very large temple that is completely surrounded by water. Fae Rhan had it built, so it was the center of Shamazaar. Many soldiers are inside.
Okay.
Can you give me any info on the soldiers here?
They patrol the fields regularly, and there are many of them around the restore houses located all over Shamazaar. But the most are sure to be found inside the Temple Fae.
Okay. Let's go back. I want to locate Narn.
Have you seen Narn?
No, not this moon, Ulukai. I hear he is very upset. I only hope the soldiers have not reverted him.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, there are a lot of different talents I need to contact to advance any one of the threads of the objectives or story. I remember Elot, the name.
Have you seen Ilot?
Ilot.
You go north from me for a good distance.
Okay. At least I know where to go to meet Ilot. And how about Mazum?
Have you any idea where Shamaz Zeb is?
Oh, she's a Shamaz, okay.
I have seen him at the Temple Uluvi this moon, Ulukai. Go far north from the Temple Fae and you will find him.
Okay. How about Zio?
We're trying to find Zio.
He is at the Well of Essence. Look to the far northeast of the Temple Fae.
Alright, far northeast. Temple Fae. Okay. I don't know how I can even hope to organize all this information.
Have you seen Clath around here?
Clath.
That is him, right there.
Where? Let's talk to him first. Huh? Huh? Where is he? Clath. Are you Clath? Clath? Are you Clath? Who was Clath? So these guys are all provide the same kind of information. The
Have you
generic
seen Clath around here?
talent.
Him right over there, Ulukai.
Is he pointing somewhere? Oh, yeah, he's pointing to this guy. Oh, he's the guy I talked to, huh? Alright, no, I think this guy was called Maar or something. I'm confused. Alright, point him once more. Point him. Damn it. Alright, you. Okay, there's like one guy here, one guy here. Alright. Alright, Clath.
Have you seen Clath around
Where is
here?
Clath?
That is him right there.
Are you Clath? Yeah, I'm confused as you can see. I'm sorry, folks. I tried to go and meet Arlott first. I hope I don't meet the soldiers here. I probably stand out pretty well. Green, orange against green. Okay. Alright. You guys are the same generic NPCs. Okay. But you? Alright. Oh, I remember I have a notepad here. Let's see if I can find a nom. Speak with Naren's brother Arlott. Okay, so this Arlott, Naren's brother, I'm going to meet. Zolass is... Well... One at a time, one at a time. Let's meet Arlott. Let's go north. Ooh, that must be Temple of Fae. Right in the distance. Surrounded by water.
Warning. Mid-level energy source detected.
Hello?
Yo, Shorty.
Shorty, uh-oh.
How's it going?
Well, he's taller than you.
Ulukai, I had heard you were in Shamazaar. I am a Dolotai Guardian myself, but please do not tell any Talan. I am only counting risks for Croax, so we can learn of how much resources he has.
Oh, a spy.
Tell me a bit more about the risks.
This risk is going to feed the soldiers of Croax. Fae Rhan has made it law that all of the soldiers will be given all food before other Talan.
Doesn't sound very fair.
Of course it is not. The soldiers eat all the risks we make for them. If they do not get it regularly, they become weak and vulnerable.
So why not stop making it?
It is hard to get all to agree to this. Maar, the leader given to us by Croax, is a very stupid but very loyal leader.
Okay.
Can't you do something about Maar?
No, Ulukai, you know the way of the Talan is one of no violence. Maar does not know that every Talan fears him almost more than Fae Rhan. One bad word from him, and most Talan would find themselves reverted the next moon.
If he's so dumb, why do you think Croax picked him?
Because he can easily control him, and he feels assured that Maar will never turn on him. But Maar might listen to you. One of the Shamaz here has been slowly trying to gain his trust, and telling him great stories about you.
Okay, that's pretty helpful.
Why should I talk to him?
All Talan will do nothing to help you stop Fae Rhan until they know Maar will not turn them in. All Talan must be as one, or none will stand for fear of having to harm another
This is
Talan.
a peaceful folk. Interesting. Alright, you look like a special kind of fellow.
Come here a second, would you? Hey there.
Hey there,
Hello to you, Ulukai.
Zolass.
I am Zolass.
I think I heard your
You
name.
have not seen a Talan who had an animal following him, coming towards me, have you?
With an animal following him coming towards me.
I don't think so.
Zort, that animal-loving Zolass is going to get me reverted if he does not hurry up.
Zolass?
What's
Okay.
happening with Zolass?
He was supposed to deliver a Twon-ha with bags of rice for me, so I could continue my rounds to the farmers in the fields. If I do not get to work soon, Croax's soldiers will revert me for sure.
Where is Zolass?
Yeah, where is him?
That is a very good question, Ulukai. If you see him, Tell him I need that Twon-ha now. He is usually in the village being too friendly with those Zort Twon-ha.
Hmm.
Sure.
The village, huh? Oh boy. Okay. I think I'm risking achieving basically nothing in this episode. Sorry about that, folks. I think I'm going to go to south to go to the village, right? Check the map. I had the map open here. Yeah. Let's try to find Zolass then. Uh-oh. A soldier. I spy a soldier. Yep, definitely martial music. Oh boy, here we go. Strafe. Alright, it's not really doing a lot of damage though. Oh boy. Ah, run away from it. Alright, well, this might be the end of this episode. The conclusion, which, with the... That's going to be the death of me. Oh boy. You shouldn't. Alright, this is a pretty good vantage point from where I can try to attack them at a distance. Oh man. I have 68 ammo. I wonder how long this can keep up. Not too smart. Not too smart, but there was the electricity thing coming along here. Okay, alright. Aim for the head. Ah, this is like a peanut. Whoa. Hey there. Oh, they're pretty smart. They're able to like use the cover here, you know. Alright. Just get one of them, at least. Get an aim idea. Come here. Uh-oh. I think I got hurt. Ouch. Damn, that hurts. Oh, I suck. Rapid fire. Run away from the electricity. Oh man, I'm in water, which means that I need to heal myself. Okay, alright. First aid kit. Gamsab shell now. Oviqua. Oh man. EVD? No. What is this? What can I do with this? Oh. Yeah. Do something. It's like a hologram of myself, try to distract them. Don't they ever get killed here? Come on, man. Alright, one is down. Good. It's a really promising development. They get confused here. This is my hologram. Oh man, this guy is definitely the leader here, I think. Yeah, I need to get away from that. They don't run away or anything like that. Okay, how much did I spend my ammo? Do I have to run away? Hope not. You can still shoot, right? No. Alright, run away. There's no getting more ammo somewhere. Somehow. Alright, thankfully there's a stair here. Can probably just jump around. Go to the village. Oh boy, that was pretty crazy. Well, I don't know how the my reputation has changed there since this battle. Um, Jeez. Anyways, yeah. Anybody here? Hello. Nope. I wonder if the enemies are still following me. That'd be pretty bad. To just go up against them.
Unstable organic energy detected.
To go up against them in the fist fight, which is never a good prospect when you're going up against the guys who are throwing lightning charges at me. Alright, some metal here. Alright, I need to probably visit that. I need to talk to this guy. Funny face.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Hello.
Greetings, Ulukai. I am glad to see
Oh, they're
you.
still happy to see me. Good.
Well, thanks.
I am Zolass.
Oh,
What can
Salinas,
I help you with?
I found you finally. Okay, let's talk about the creatures
What are
here.
those creatures in the pens?
Those are my friends. They are called Twon-ha.
Friends, huh? Aren't you a bit too close to them? Twon-ha?
What can you tell me about these Tonkas?
Twon-ha, Ulukai.
Tonkas.
Gesundheit.
No, Twon-ha. They are the friendliest creatures in all of Adelpha.
Friendliest.
Oh,
Interesting.
really?
Yes, I much prefer their company to that of other Talon. I understand the Twon-ha much better.
So, what are they good
So
for?
Twon-ha Whisperer.
Well, until Fae Rhan came, the Twon-ha ran wild without a care. Now Fae Rhan makes them work as hard as other Talon. I find that most distressing.
If that's so, why are you working with them?
To make sure they are cared for in these moons of their suffering. They need much care and love. Carrying risks to the workers takes a lot out of them.
You really have a thing for these Twon-ha, don't you?
Okay.
How do I
So
ride
let's
one
just,
of these Twon-ha?
Let's just ask about all the Twon-ha stuff that I can gain from this guy.
I do not like the idea of any Talon riding them. It is so mean.
Let's pretend they like it. How do I do it?
It is simple, really, for they are such beautifully simple creatures. You need only to approach them from the left side with their gi in your hand, then they will let you mount them.
I don't like the way you say mount.
It's all the insinuation of, yeah.
What?
Skip it. And when I'm not riding it?
They will attempt to find a spot of land to eat something, or go close to water to get a drink. But any loud noises when they are not being ridden, and they will flee.
Alright.
If you have not seen it for a long time, Ulukai, check back here. They will always return home after a long time. Are they not the best creatures you have ever seen in your life?
Oh yeah, the greatest.
What is Gui?
Tell me more about this gi.
Gi.
As you wish, Ulukai. What would you like to know?
What is it exactly?
The gi is a piece of cloth that is dipped in its mother's sweat.
You mean to tell me it's a sweat sock?
I do not know that term, Ulukai. When a Twon-ha smells its odor, it becomes as tame as a small child with its parent.
Interesting.
I don't know any children who were tame around their parents. I sure wasn't.
Well, but then put a sock with a sweat on their faces, and yeah, they probably stay pretty tame, I guess. I don't know, or suffocate.
Well, that is what makes the Twon-ha such a grand creation of the yards. Its simplicity.
And I sure wouldn't have behaved if you'd shoved my dad's gym socks under my nose. Yeesh.
Okay, I don't know if I can buy Twon-ha, but I ask it anyway.
Say, Zolinas, How much for one of your Twon-ha?
I don't think he's gonna I don't think he's gonna sell one of these precious Twon-has though.
You want to bring a Twon-ha into your life? How nice!
Maybe not.
Yeah, ain't I a softie? How much?
Will you care for it as one of your family?
Sure.
Sure thing. How much?
And sing to it when it is tired?
Yeah, now how much?
And give it a bath when it needs one?
You need a date, Zolass. Really, man.
I do not understand, Ulukai.
Never mind. Zolass, how much?
I will let one of my friends go with you for not many Zorkins.
The Zorkin is the currency of the land. I don't think I have any Zorkin.
No, that's too much.
But at least I know what to aim for here. Okay.
What can you tell me about the Temple Fae?
Oh my, yes, that is right. You are correct to look there, Ulukai.
Look there?
For your mon, silly. It is there, or at least I think it is, at the top of the temple inside the Great Flame itself.
Okay, so we got a new clue about the Mon.
You've seen it?
Well, I think so. When I was a young Talon, I tried to free the Ventilopes from the Ventilope camp on the other side of the barrier to the north of the Temple Fae. I was releasing one when it began to fly away and picked me up in its claws by mistake.
By mistake?
Oh yes, I am sure it did not mean to do it. Ventilopes are such nice creatures. Anyway, as I was flying over the Temple Fae, I got a good look at the flame, and I was admiring how pretty it looked when I saw a black box in the center of it.
And you think that's where the Mon is?
Well, it is a great place to hide it if you did not want someone to find it easy.
Out of curiosity, what did this nice Ventilope do to end your flight?
I am sure it did not mean to hurt me.
It dropped you, didn't it?
It is such a simple creature. They would never harm a Talon in their life if soldiers did not train them to do so.
So it probably dropped him on his head. Alright, let's relay the message.
Zolass sent me. He said he's been waiting forever for you to send him his next Twon-ha.
Did I forget again? Oh my! I just hate taking them out to the fields to see them working.
Yeah, it breaks my heart.
Would you take it out there for me, Ulukai? I would be grateful if you did.
Oh boy. Sure, I will.
If I have to.
Oh, thank you, Ulukai. I shall repay you in some way.
Okay.
What do I have to do?
I will give you this gi. As long as you hold it in your hand, the Twon-ha will follow you. But if it gets scared away by fighting, then you will have a hard time finding
I might come across those soldiers, so let's see what happens here.
Damn, that gi is funky. Phew. Where is this Twon-ha?
The Twon-ha you need rests now in the pen at the center of the village.
Okay, let's try this. Alright, the centered village is right here. Alright. Where are ya? Oh. I need some healing. Help me.
Could you heal me?
Of course, Ulukai. Now be more careful.
Okay, cool. So he's healing me now. So how much health I get back? Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I need to find that blacksmith. Ah, great. Yeah.
Are you finished yet?
I am. May these help you in your quest, Ulukai.
Alright, I need more ammo.
Can you make these?
Yes, Ulukai. You will need to bring me these objects.
Alright, I have gained some metal, I think, on the way back, so let's see if I can make some more.
Will this be enough?
I can make what you ask with these, yes. Please give me
Great,
some time.
okay. So I should have like basically ordered more of these from the beginning, but... Okay, well... Alright, the key.
Unstable organic energy detected.
Are you the guy? Let's see. Alright, let's see if I can... As long as I hold it in my hand, he's gonna follow me, right? Hello. Probably, it's this guy. Hey man. Alright, let's go. Alright, good, good. Okay. Hey man, let's go. Yeah. Good. Need to go to the north though. And meet this guy. Try to maybe sneak around. The frame rate could be a bit better.
Stable organic energy detected.
Alright, let's see if I can spy some soldiers here. It's pretty peaceful. Alright, don't want to make too much noise. I think it was way north up there. Right, okay. I don't want to fail this mission. It's the first mission that I have that I can actually accomplish before they ended this episode. Ooh, I see some soldiers. Uh-oh. Get away from him. Hey man. Oh, not a soldier. Okay. Hey, the guy. Where to, who was the guy who gave me the... Nah, forget it. I probably checked the notepad. Alright, Zolass. Yeah, I need to find Zolass. Okay. Hello? Where is Zolass?
Can I ask you something? Can you help me? I'm trying to find Zolass.
Nice sky.
That is him right there.
Okay, alright. Come on, alright. Good. Zolass. I'm here with your Twon-ha. Nice.
Hey, Zolass, I got something for you.
You brought the Twon-ha. What happened to Salinas?
Let's just say his heart wasn't in it.
Can I have it now?
Sure, why not? I mean...
Oh God, please, yes. This ghee he gave me really reeks.
Thank you, Ulukai. I shall be able to begin my job now. You are a kind being. Now tell Salinas when you next see him that I can no longer be late. As a reward, I will tell you that in the Riskfields are hidden many treasures. Look
Okay.
for a small stick poking through the mud.
Alright, nice. Yeah, let the soldiers here.
What can you tell me about the soldiers here?
Yeah. You're in a
They
little trouble.
all come from the Temple Fae. It is not only their temple to the Yod Fae, but their place of gathering.
Anything else you can think of?
Not right now, Ulukai.
Alright, so they all come from Temple Fae. Alright, okay. Alright, this is a good time as any to save. So this is how you use game save to save your game. So you just have to extend with their, maybe not really in a in open space, as I heard that I read that the soldiers can sense that you're using this. And you just stand here behind this rock and just let the light envelop you from this crystal, and the game will be saved. Alright, overwrite. I hope they save the game. Well, anyways, yeah. So we were able to achieve at least a mission objective, achievement unlocked, I guess. Was able to kill the first soldier, a very hardy enemy with projectile weapons. That's pretty slow and they can evade, but there's some guy there, a supposed leader of the group, that was shooting lightning bolts at me that basically homes on you, which is pretty bad, and yeah, it damaged me a bit. But yeah, it was a pretty exciting episode in a way, I guess. I was trying to figure out where to meet all these different talents that kind of look the same. Was able to maybe gain bearings of where the village is and where this temple is supposed to be. Maybe I shouldn't go there. Surrounded by a moat and everything. And just getting a feel for how big this world is, and yeah. Alright, so I guess the rest of the adventure, we're trying to meet Ilot and trying to find the Mon. I should wait until the next episode. And I thank you for joining me in this adventure in Outcast, and see you next time.